Oh, what's going on, guys? HK Titan here with a brand new video for you guys. But first things first, as always, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. So in today's video, we're going to be jumping into episode 30 of our Bloons Tower Defense 6 Let's Play. And for today's episode, we are going to be moving on to a new map. So in this episode, we'll be playing 3 different game modes. The first one, of course, is going to be easy standard mode. The next one is going to be primary only, followed by deflation mode to go ahead and wrap things up. So right off the bat, I did want to say thank you guys so much for all the support on the series so far. You guys seem to really be loving it. So again, I just want to say thank you guys so much. That being said, if at any point you guys do find this Let's Play enjoyable, make sure you guys hit that like button. Also, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to subscribe as well. I do upload quite a bit of Bloons Tower Defense 6 content. But anyways, guys, enough of that nonsense. Let's go ahead and actually jump into the actual guide. Alright guys, so for this easy mode, we are going to be going with a relatively simple strat. I am going to be mixing it up a little bit opposed to going with the Ninja Monkey and the Alchemist. I'm actually going to start off with my Druid and my free Dart Monkey, and then I'm going to go for a tax shooter. Once I get the tax shooter, the next thing that I'm going to go for is I'm going to go ahead and grab the radar scanner as well. The reason why I go for the radar scanner is just because I would like to make sure that my tax shooter can go ahead and pop lead balloon or pop camo balloons. Because right now we really don't have any towers that can actually pop camo balloons, but as soon as we get that radar scanner, we're going to be good to go. And luckily, our Dart Monkey and our Oben actually does an amazing job at holding off all of these balloons. I mean, our tax shooter does need to help out a little bit, but for the most part, our Oben absolutely shreds through all of these balloons. So the next thing that I'm going to be saving up to buy is I am going to be saving up to buy our Overdrive. I really don't need to worry too much about lead balloons because we don't need to worry about camo balloons, and we have our Oben, so our Oben can deal with those. And then any balloons that our Oben actually misses, our tax shooter is going to be able to take care of. Alright, so as soon as we can afford to buy our Overdrive, we're going to go ahead and buy it. There we go. So now that we have our Overdrive, so the next thing that I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and upgrade to a Jungle Drums, just to give our Dart Monkey and our tax shooter a little bit more popping power. Following that, I am going to get the primary expertise to go ahead and increase our tax shooter and our Dart Monkey's attacking power ever so slightly. So there we go. We have the Tier 3 village. Now I'm going to go ahead and come over here to my Dart Monkey, because if we are going to be going for the primary towers, we might as well get a little bit of popping power coming from our Dart Monkey as well. So the next thing that I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and buy my Sharpshooter as soon as I can afford to do that, and then I'm going to go ahead and buy the very quick shots. So now that I have all of this, the last tower that I'm going to end up going for is I am going to grab the Wizard Monkey here, and I'm going to be placing him in the corner of that first section there. And the reason why I chose to do this is just because with this position, the Wizard Monkey can actually hit the balloons twice before they end up. Alright, I'm not going to worry about upgrading him to Monkey Sense because we do have the Monkey Village within range of our Wizard Monkey. And there we have it, guys. We have officially beaten easy standard mode. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to a primary only. Alright, so here we are on primary only. I am going to be starting with the Oben again. The reason why I like to use Oben so much is because you place him down and you already have lead popping power, which means that you're free to go all the way up until round 49, because Oben can deal with all of the lead balloons up until that point. So for this primary only, I am going to be going for a little bit of something different, and I'm going to be using towers that I really don't use a lot. The first tower that I'm going to be going for is, of course, going to be the Dart Monkey, just to make sure that we have that little bit of added popping power. I was going to go with the tax shooter, but then I thought to myself, I just used the tax shooter on the easy mode. Let's just go ahead and switch things up just a little bit. So I end up going for a Boomerang Monkey instead. The reason why I want to go for the Boomerang Monkey is because he's a tower that I really don't use too much in primary only, just because it's generally good to go for the Dart Monkey. But before I go for the Boomerang Monkey, I do end up saving up the money to go ahead and buy Sharpshooter. That way we have enough popping power to deal with these first couple of rounds. On top of that, we really don't need to worry about camo balloons either. Because right now, the only tower that we have that can see camo balloon, and the only tower that we're going to have that can see camo balloon, is of course going to be our Dart Monkey. So right away, I am going to be going for a different upgrade path on my Boomer here. I'm going to be going for the bottom path. Now, I don't use the bottom path too much unless on expert maps, I need that little bit of extra stall. So I want to make this playthrough, and I want to showcase a couple of towers that a lot of people might not use. And I do know that the bottom pathway Boomerang Monkey is definitely one of those towers that I know not a lot of people use. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab that Moab Press. The reason why I want to go for the Moab Press is just to give us a little bit more stall against the Moab Balloon on round 40. On top of that, because he's upgraded to the bottom pathway, he can help our Oban in dealing with lead balloons. So now the next thing that I want to do is I'm going to go for a bomb shooter. Now you might think I'm going to go with the Moab Mauler here, which would be the safe bet, because the Moab Mauler would actually allow us to deal with the Moab balloon a little bit easier. But again, I'm going to go for a little bit more of a stall comp, and I'm going to be going for the top path. Now the only issue with the top path is a little bit more on the expensive side, but we should be able to afford the balloon impact, which will give us a little bit of stall. So my basic rule of thumb is like the boomerang monkey is going to stall the Moab. Once the Moab balloon is popped, then our balloon impact will stall these ceramic balloons on the inside of the Moab balloon, and we will officially make easy work of this primary only game mode. Alright, and then because we have a little bit of money left over, I am going to be going for an overdrive as well, just to add that little bit of extra popping power, because we do have quite a bit of stall, especially for this being primary only, but I would like to have that little bit of extra popping power. And there we go. Now we have our attack shooter, and we just absolutely shred that Moab balloon with no issues. So the next thing that we're going to go ahead and jump into is we're going to go ahead and jump into Deflation. Now for the deflation mode, I am going to be sticking to kind of a similar strat to what I usually do. There is going to be like different placement and all of that fun stuff. And I know I'm not going to be like getting the optimized placement for all of these towers that I'm going to place down. But when it comes down to it, it really doesn't matter too much, especially on the beginner maps. So what I end up doing is I go for a Never Miss, and now I'm going to go ahead and give my Never Miss the ability to see camel balloons, and I'm also going to hook it up with the jungle drums, just to give it that little bit of extra popping power. So now that I have this, the next thing I'm going to go ahead and grab, so I'm going to go ahead and grab an Alchemist. Now this is probably one of the best setups to use for a majority of the deflation modes, at least I think for a majority of the beginner maps and intermediate maps. Once we start getting into the advanced maps, that's definitely when we're going to have to start switching a couple of things up. So the next thing that I do is I want to get a little bit more experience on my super monkeys, and the reason why I want to get a little bit more experience on my super monkeys is I want to start like getting things around for the Vengeful Sun God, because now that I have the monkey knowledge for the Vengeful Sun God, I want to like make sure that I have the Legend of the Night, the anti-balloon gunner unlocked. I think I already have the True Sun God unlocked, but I'm not exactly sure. But I definitely need to have all of those unlocked. That way I can go ahead and get the hookup with the Vengeful Sun God. Next thing that's like crossing my mind right now is I don't know if I want to go for Adora first. That way I can get that achievement out of the way. I do want to get Sada as soon as I possibly can, because if I get that Sada, then that's pretty much going to guarantee that I can be most beginner and intermediate maps pretty much just by using her, and I can have a lot of fun doing it and coming up with a bunch of different strategies. So guys, because this is deflation mode and there's not really too much that we need to do, I am going to skip forward probably until like round 50, 52, something like that, just because we can't upgrade, the only thing we can really do is use abilities, but we really don't need to use abilities because we do have the Never Miss. Alright, so here we are on round 55, and we are still crushing it. The only thing that if you guys didn't want to use the Super Monkey, you guys could definitely change that out and probably go with a Dragon's Breath opposed to going with a 1-2-0 Wizard. The only reason why I went for a 1-2-0 Wizard is I didn't have enough money to get the Monkey Sense, so I want to go for the top pathway opposed to the bottom pathway, because I couldn't afford to go and buy anything in the bottom upgrade path for the Wizard Monkey. Right guys, round 57, and our composition is still crushing it. Again guys, this is going to be a composition that I'm going to use a lot, and it's mainly for you guys, so you guys have a rough understanding, especially when it comes to deflation mode. I know it can be a little bit overwhelming, especially on some maps, but this is one of the compositions that you guys can use that can give you a little bit of freedom to kind of do what you guys want, but at the same time it's strong enough to the point where you can actually AFK with the deflation mode, and you really don't need to worry too much about any balloons slipping through. But anyways guys, here we are round 60, and we'll make easy work of the BFB, and our Never Miss will go ahead and finish off all of those balloons. Right guys, I'm going to go ahead and jump into our monkey knowledge tree, and then we'll go ahead and call it for this episode. Right guys, for our monkey knowledge tree, I already went over the fact that we already maxed out, or already got all the magic upgrades that we want. Now I'm going to go ahead and work on the military. I do want to get that big balloon sabotage. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If at any point in time you found this episode enjoyable, please feel free to hit that like button. Also, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to subscribe as well. I do upload quite a bit of Bloons Tower Defense 6 content. But anyways, guys, you know what time it is. I hope you guys have the most amazing day of your lives, and I will see you guys in the next one.